Hello, it's Gemini back with another video. So in today's video, we are going to introduce a new project pan that I want to work on, and it is called Pan That Palette. So if you think you'd be interested, I hope you stay. So let's get started. So Pan That Palette is basically where you take a palette and you hit pan on every shade in that palette, whether it's a face palette or an eyeshadow palette. And the palettes that I chose, because I have another project pan going on where I hit pan in every palette, one pan. These have already been in that project and they're being taken out because they've already hit pan in all of these palettes, you know what I'm saying? So these are basically being entered into this new project pan from the last project pan. Does that make sense? So let's start with the first one that I want to pan in every shade. And this is Natasha Denona Berry Pop Cheek Trio palette. And these two shades are a cream, and this is a highlighter. In my previous project pan, and I'm still doing this project pan, pan in every palette, but after that is done with, then I'll start slowly entering new palettes into this project pan. So I previously hit pan on this shade. It's a highlighter, and I need to hit pan on both of these shades. I don't think it will take me very long, but I do want to get really good use out of her. It's a good brand name, and I don't want her to sit and get old in my collection with no use. The next palette that I want to enter in this project pan is this Morphe 2, and it is in the collection or the color Social Butterfly. And I've hit pan on one of the shades, so I have 11 more that I need to hit pan on. And she is stunning. I love the golds and the reds and the oranges. The purple is going to be a little bit harder for me to hit pan on, but I like a good challenge, so I'm up for it. And I did previously swatch on my hand some of the colors that are in this palette, and they are beautiful. And yep. The next palette I want to enter into this project is from e.l.f. It's the new Classics. And they have like a lot of smoky eye color looks that you can do with this palette. And I have a lot of dips on most of the shades. But this one in Platinum, I've actually hit pan on previously. And yeah, I'm more of a darker shadow, smoky eye look with like neutral colors, but I do want to dabble into like doing like colorful smoky eye looks. I think that I could pull it off, but right now I'm just using the palettes that I have right now. So maybe in the future. And then the next and the last eyeshadow palette that I'm entering into this project pan is this LA Colors Invite Only eyeshadow palette, and it's from Dollar General. And this is also a very smoky eye look that you can use all these shades for. And I've hit pan in 3 of the shades, as you can see. So I don't think this will take me too long to pan every shade. There's quite a few like huge dips on some of them, and it's really easy to use these shades for like my normal everyday look. So yep, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes me. And then I did want to share with you guys all the palettes just this month that I am finished with. So all these palettes were in the previous project pan that is still going on, because I still have a few palettes that haven't hit one pan yet. So these ones have already hit one pan, and I moved them out of my collection either because they weren't performing good, they were old, or I just didn't want them in my collection anymore. And so these palettes I'm about to show you are going to be my empties, and I made either a blush, a bronzer, or a highlight with all the shades in that were left in all of these palettes. So let's get into it. Towards the end, I will show you the bronzer, highlight, and blush that I made with these shades. And yep. So first is a face palette from Shop Miss AOA in the collection Fly With Me. It's a dual blush plus highlighter in the color Evolve, and hit pan on both of them, and they were almost both gone. This one went into my Franken highlighter. This one went into my Franken blush. And then another face palette that is out of my collection is from Arthur Beauty. And I hit major pan on this highlight, so she went in my Franken highlighter. These two are in my Franken blush now, and they were pretty also, but they weren't all that dark. And so the payoff wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, so I mixed it with a darker blush, and it does look pretty now. The next face palette that I have here is from Reeler, You Are Brilliant. This is from Ipsy. And I had a problem with using the highlighters, the blushes. The formula was just a little off. It almost seemed like it was a little old, even though I just got it in Ipsy not too long ago. But these all went into my blush Franken. And these few shades right here seemed like they would be like a bronzer almost on me. But when I did end up swatching them before I put them into my Franken bronzer, I was like, wow, these really are like blushes. So instead of going into the bronzer, it went into my blush. So I'm glad that I tested them out before I, made my decision and put it right into the Franken bronzer. So this one is a blush palette from Profusion. Got this at Walmart in like 2018 or 19, so she had to go. She didn't have much product. A lot of these shades had really big dips on them. A lot of these shades were ready to go. And so I was like, you know what? There's not that much product. Let's just call it a day and Franken all of them. And that's exactly what I did, and put it in my blush Franken. And all the shades together looked really gorgeous together. So I'm glad that I was able to use this up. She was ready to go. And then some eyeshadow palettes that I have here is the Rose LA Colors Color Vibe palette, and she is really, really old. I think I got her from Dollar General like way back, and a lot of these shades went into the Franken bronzer. A lot of them went into the blush. I think one or two went into the highlight, but she just wasn't performing as well anymore. So I was like, she's got to go. So I'm glad that she is working for me in the Franken stuff. It swatches beautifully there, but it just wasn't doing it for the eyeshadow anymore. And another one from that collection, the Color Vibes collection, is from LA Colors. This is their nude palette. Same story, too old, wasn't swatching good, works good for my bronzers and my highlighter, Franken, so that's where she's at, and I'm glad to get her out. The last one that we have that is out is e.l.f., and this is their Bite size eyeshadow collection in the shade Berry Bad. All these shades, this one was gone. These two hit major pan. This one hit a major pan, and basically there was only a little bit of left in this shade and a little bit more in this shade. So I just put this one in my bronzer and this one in my Franken blush and called it a day. And I'm glad to see her go. And then now let's get into what the Franken blush looks like. So I am going to swatch it for you guys. I have it in this pink body scrub container. I did wash this really well before I put my Frankening makeup in it. So she is about this full. And I am going to show you guys what she looks like and then swatch her. So she looks like this. She's very pretty. I think I did an absolutely, excuse me, good job. And let's give you guys a swatch. And swatching it for you guys. And she looks like that. She's absolutely stunning. And she looks really natural on my cheeks and is very pretty. Now, the Franken highlighter doesn't have much in it because I'm actually making another video of my pan in every palette update. And one of the palettes for sure is going to turn into, some of them are going to turn into the highlight because I don't have much highlight made for my Franken highlight. This is all I have. So it's not too much, but like I said, I still have to Franken one of them and there'll be a lot more by then. And this is what she looks like. Very bam in your face, and that's how I like my highlighters. Very beautiful. She swatches wonderful, and I'm so glad that I made my own highlighter. Perfect shade. And then for my bronzer, oh, and by the way, if you saw my Shot Miss A haul, these containers were both part of the setting powder, and I put both of these setting powders into this Viseart setting powder so I could use these containers for this purpose. And yep, and my Franken bronzer is very full, as you can see, and she is beautiful. And let me give you a swatch. My Franken bronzer does run a little cool tone, but I'm okay with that. I just use less product than I would if it was neutral or warm toned. But nevertheless, she's very beautiful. And she is right there. And she looks very natural on my face. It doesn't look muddy or caked up or anything. It looks very beautiful. So those are the 3 shades I made on my own. I'm quite proud of myself. And if you like this content, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Hit that notification bell so you never miss one of my uploads. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.